we will do pars planavitrectomy. What is the purpose of pars planavitrectomy?
If there is posterior vitreal detachment.
PVD, ठीक है? PVD, if it is a cause of retinal detachment, हम pars planavitrectomy कर सकते हैं. Purpose क्या है इसका और होता क्या है इसमें? ठीक है? I'm not talking about why we need to do it. मतलब what are the causes in which we need, and I'm talking about why do we need to do pars planavitrectomy? क्या इसमें होता है? करने की क्या जरूरत है?
Vitreous जब involved हो.
Vitreous involve होता है. इस मकसद क्या है इसका? Again, questions remain the same. जिस तरह photocoagulation हम क्यों कहते थे ब्रेक केजेस कहते थे, एसेप्टिक इन्फ्लेमेशन हो, स्कारिंग हो. रेटिनोपैक्सी का मकसद ये था कि एयर या गैस इंट्रोड्यूस करवाएं ताकि रेटिना जो डिटैच रेटिना है वो वापस जुड़ जाए. उनका भी यही मकसद था. किससे रिलीव करेंगे?
Vitreal traction.
Vitreous traction. Vitreous traction, vitreal traction. This is an important concept. Vitreous or vitreal, whatever the adjective is. Vitreous traction, to relieve vitreous traction. That is the main purpose of pars planavitrectomy. अच्छा, vitreous traction से हमने relieve किया. अब vitreous traction किन cases में होगी? Vitreous traction किन cases में होगी?
PVD.
Proliferate PVD को posterior vitreous detachment बिल्कुल उसमें होगी. और
Proliferative.
diabetic retinopathy और
ROP.
retinopathy of prematurity और लास्ट टाइम भी हमने कुछ पढ़ा था. किसमें क्या?
Plastic cyclitis.
प्लास्टिक साइक्लाइटिस बहुत ज्यादा है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. प्लास्टिक साइक्लाइटिस, प्लास्टिक मेम्ब्रेन है, फाइब्रोसिस हो गया है, विजन इज देयर, इंडिकेशन फॉर सर्जरी, हाउ वी हैव टू रिमूव दैट प्लास्टिक साइक्लाइटिस. ठीक है. और एक बहुत लास्ट टाइम हमने क्या डिस्कस किया था, उसमें भी कुछ था.
Central retinal.
Retinal venous occlusion. What is common in diseases is that there is neovascularization and proliferation. So if there is neovascularization and proliferation inside the vitreous, तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा कि that those new vessels, that new tissue which is growing inside the vitreous, it will pull the retina away from the choroid and away from the pigment epithelium. If there is vitreous traction, we have to remove it using pars planavitrectomy, and these are the cases in which vitreous traction. ठीक है. तो one other purpose of surgery is to relieve traction. Another purpose was discussed to drain subretinal fluid. If subretinal fluid का ये है कि if we perform apposition, pneumoretinopexy या बकल लगाते हैं, चलो तो होता ही है कि if there is a break, तो जो फ्लूइड जिस तरह अंदर गया था उसी तरह वो बाहर भी आ जाता होता है. If when we perform appose कर रहे हैं ना, it's like a sponge, या दरमियान में दो चीजें कुछ रखा हुआ आपने, if you push them, तो दरमियान में जो फ्लूइड है कुछ वापस आता है. It's like a balloon. ठीक है. If there's a balloon and if you want the two parts or two walls of the balloon to come in contact with each other, and if you push them, what will happen is that if there is air inside the balloon or if there is water inside the balloon, so that will come out. Okay, that is what happens in pneumoretinopexy or in sterile buccal. But if there is fluid and it's refusing to come out, then we drain this fluid. ऐसे ड्रेन कर सकते हैं.
ड्रेनेज वाला एपरेटस होता है.
क्या होता है?
जो एक सर्जिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में हमने देखा था, इरिगेशन ट्यूब और कैथेटर्स अटैच था उसके
कैथेटर
साथ।
से अटैच होता है, ठीक है। होता ये है कि कॉल्ड अ फ्लूट नीडल, मतलब वन ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स यूज्ड इज कॉल्ड अ फ्लूट नीडल। नॉर्मल सिरिंज होती है ना आपके पास, जिसमें आप ओआर में भी देखते हैं, घरों में भी होती हैं, तो नॉर्मल सिरिंजेस वो बहुत लार्ज कैलिबर होती हैं। उसी तरह की स्मॉल कैलिबर जो हम यूज करते हैं नॉर्मली घरों में या हॉस्पिटल्स में, देयर आई थिंक 14 और 12 bore, something like this. So a 27 bore or 29 bore or even 25 bore, बहुत ही छोटी needle. It's curved at a tip and that is inserted inside the retina. तो वहाँ पे वो जो सब retinal fluid space में वो insert कर देते हैं needle और फिर fluid को drain कर देते हैं. तो instrument का नाम तो fluid needle था. It's not important that you remember this, but you have to remember that we drain the fluid using needles. One more purpose, we have identified one more goal. Now, revise the goals. Visualize any break in the peripheral retina. Feel the retinal breaks, photocalculation, cryotherapy. To oppose, approximate the two layers of the retina. We've discussed pneumoretinopexy, we've discussed scleral buckle. Is there any other way, any other modality which we can use to oppose the retina?
Silicone oil, etc.
Silicon oil. ठीक है,
Liquid.
silicone oil or so silicone oil is inserted inside the retina. It is a type of which
Internal
tamponade?
tamponade.
Internal tamponade. ठीक है. These are more or less all the principles which we have to keep in mind when we are treating a patient of retinal detachment. Now let us apply these principles to form a flow chart of sorts. नहीं देखेंगे अगले केस में, इसमें डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. So in our patient of retinal detachment, phlegmatogenous retinal detachment, what do you think we need to do first?
Indirect ophthalmoscopy.
Indirect ophthalmoscopy. Yes, that is correct. That is essential. Indirect ophthalmoscopy, it can be done because now we have seen a break, right? I've seen one break. So this is an indication for surgery. So in this case, the indirect ophthalmoscopy, it can be done in the clinic or it can be done on the operating table as well. But we always have to remember that regardless of whether we can see a break or not, we have to do indirect ophthalmoscopy because we have to see if there's a break. Break होगा, break को seal करेंगे तो prognosis बेहतर होगा. Sometimes it looks like a simple retinal detachment, exudative. Sometimes fractionally break होता है. So breaks can occur and we have to find a break. So the first thing is first that we have to do an indirect ophthalmoscopy to find out if there are any other breaks. Then what we will do?
Seal the break.
Seal the break. We will seal the break using laser application or cryotherapy. What do we do next?
Fluid drainage.
Fluid drainage. If the fluid is persistent, if the fluid does not drain out with simple acquisition or internal tamponade, external tamponade alone, we will drain that fluid. और हम क्या करेंगे? Approximate using a tamponade, either internal or external, regarding depending upon the cause and different indications. Will we perform pars panapectomy in this patient?
No.
Indication नहीं है.
There is no indication of pars panapectomy in this patient because it is used to relieve vitreous traction. As we can see, there is no vitreous traction. Vitreous traction होगी तो चलो, question is a difficult question, but I remember this, that if there is vitreous traction, the retina is not movable. क्या मतलब इस बात का? If there is a normal retinal detachment, जिस तरह भी है, कोई ट्रैक्शन नहीं है, तो जब आप बंदे से कहोगे ना कि ऊपर देखें, नीचे देखें, दाएं देखें, बाएं देखें, while you're performing a fundus examination, तो you will actually see this retina move. इसमें waves नजर आएंगी, आपको हिलता नजर आएगा आगे पीछे. उसका मतलब है कि इसमें ट्रैक्शन नहीं है. But if you are seeing that you order the patient ऊपर नीचे आगे दाएं बाएं देखे, and you see that the position of the retina is severely fixed, बिल्कुल भी हिलने की गुंजाइश नहीं है, पक्का fix है. That means that there is traction, something which is keeping the retina in its abnormal place. We have to remember that a detached retina, if there is just subretinal fluid, it's freely movable. यानी कि आगे पीछे हो सकता है, हिल सकता है, लेकिन फ्रैक्शन में ये नहीं होगा. तो ठीक है, these are the treatments which we do. This is how we will manage. हम पास में विट्रेक्टोमी इस पेशेंट में नहीं करेंगे. अच्छा, अब फोटो कैलकुलेशन कब करते हैं, क्रायोथेरेपी कब करते हैं, न्यूमोरेटिनोपेक्सी क्या कब करते हैं, सेरलबेकल कब करते हैं, सिलिकॉन ऑयल कब करते हैं. These are मतलब important in the sense के important in regards to prognosis, और as such फोर्थ ईयर में ये हमसे इतना पूछते नहीं है कि किस पेशेंट में क्रायोथेरेपी आप करेंगे, किस में फोटो. These are clinical decisions and advanced clinical decisions. उसमें पूरी एक डिग्री अलग से है विट्रोरेटिनल सर्जरी की. A few important points which you have to remember is that in pneumoretinopexy we introduce air or gas as an internal tamponade. So air or gas is lighter or heavier than vitreous fluid. Is it lighter or is it heavier?
Lighter.
Lighter, na? Meaning that it will rise in the vitreous cavity.
विट्रियस कैविटी में जगह होती है, मतलब ऑलरेडी अगर वहां पे
Already
फ्लूइड
वहाँ
है.
vitreous पड़ा हुआ है ना, fluid पड़ा हुआ है, जगह होती है नहीं. ठीक है, that is a good question. जगह बना लेते हैं हम,
क्योंकि जैसे हमने देखा था, हमने एक सर्जरी देखी थी जिसमें सिलिकॉन ऑयल उन्होंने डाला था, लेकिन वो विट्रेक्टमी के बाद डाला था.
विट्रेक्टमी के बाद, बिल्कुल विट्रेक्टमी के बाद डाला था. तो उसी लिहाज से ना हमें एपोजिशन पर्पस अचीव करना है. ठीक है, if we drain the subretinal fluid and by minimal amount of air, pneumoretinopexy, थोड़ी सी air डाल दी, gas डाल दी, all that, if apposition is achieved then well and good. वो चीज याद रखनी होती है हमेशा. मतलब ये कि if there is a detachment or pneumoretinopexy आपने करनी है, you're not performing a vitrectomy, then the amount of gas that will be administered will be minimal and according to the space that is freed up inside the vitreous cavity. यानी कि आप fluid अगर drain कर रहे हैं, if the fluid is being drained, then automatically some room or some space will be created. If you're performing a vitrectomy, फिर तो जगह ही जगह है, उसमें कोई issue नहीं है. But if you're not performing a vitrectomy, subretinal fluid drain कहते हैं, थोड़ी बहुत space आ जाएगी. And if you're thinking that बिल्कुल भी जगह अंदर नहीं बन सकती, तो फिर न्यूमोरेटिनोपेक्सी नहीं करेंगे. फिर आप बाहर से पुश कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, और सिलिकॉन ऑयल भी यूज कर सकते हैं. मतलब these are all मतलब clinical indications, इनकी अपनी clinical indications हैं, they are above level of fourth year. Even मुझे भी इतना इनके बारे में नहीं पता.
जो ये ड्रेनेज वाला पॉइंट है, सब रेटिनल फ्लूइड को ड्रेन करते हैं, ये सबसे पहले करेंगे ना? रेटिनल ब्रेक को सील करने से भी पहले करेंगे ना? ये
पहले करते हैं, बिल्कुल. इसमें अब आप खुद देखो कि ताज़ा ब्रेक है, फ्रेश ब्रेक है, उसमें if you oppose the two layers of the retina together, the chances are that the subretinal fluid will not remain. ठीक है, वो जब apposition के साथ ही खुद निकल जाएगा. लेकिन अगर नहीं निकलता तो उस वक्त भी कर सकते हैं, उसके बाद फ्लूइड नीडल से ड्रेनेज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, कभी
फंडोस्कोपी पे नजर आता है हमें ये फ्लूइड?
फंडोस्कोपी पे नजर आता है. इसकी डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स होती हैं, स्टेन्स होते हैं, ऑल दैट स्टफ. फंडोस्कोपी में इस तरह नजर आता है कि देयर इज अ स्टेन दैट यू यूज टू स्टेन द रेटिना. जब आप रेटिना को स्टेन करते हैं तो ऑन फंडोस्कोपिक एग्जामिनेशन ड्यूरिंग सर्जरी, क्योंकि ये सर्जरी जो है इट्स परफॉर्म्ड अंडर अ माइक्रोस्कोप, तो अंडर अ माइक्रोस्कोप जब आप स्टेन करते हैं रेटिना को, यू कैन सी कि कहाँ एलिवेशन है, कहाँ डिप्रेशन है, और कहाँ फ्लूइड है, कहाँ नहीं है ऑन द ओसीटी.
ठीक है,
ठीक है. तो हम क्या डिस्कस कर रहे थे? यस, न्यूमोरेटिनोपेक्सी. अच्छा, गैस यूज होती है टू क्रिएट एन इंटरनल टैम्पनेट एंड गैस राइजेस. तो डू यू थिंक दैट इट इज सुटेबल फॉर आवर केस of superior retinal detachment, superior retinogenous detachment?
Yes.
Yes, ठीक है. तो if there is superior retinal detachment, it's one of the indications, one of the cases in which we can do pneumoretinopexy because gas rises. If there is an inferior retinal detachment niche hai, inferior quadrants mein, then pneumoretinopexy is not a good option. Okay. Secondly, scleral buckle की अपनी इस तरह indications हैं. Scleral buckle is usually preferred in healthier, younger adults who do not have any traction, who do not have any PVD. All that. ये concepts को साथ-साथ लेके चलते हैं आगे. But the important thing is that you have to remember these principles. Visualize the peripheral retina, seal the retinal breaks, approximate the retina, relieve traction, and drain subretinal fluid. You have to keep in mind these principles. Now, in our next case, this is our case. What are the important symptoms in this case?
56-year-old.
Age.
Diabetic.
Diabetes.
And curtain before left.
Curtain.
Achha. What is the age of this patient?
Unilateral.
Unilateral is like
6 years old.
56 years old. What is the age of this patient?
29.
29.
But why do you think a 29-year-old has a retinal detachment if he has no history, any of such? हमने तो symptoms की बात की. None of you asked why his age is important. Let me give you a hint.
Trauma.
No history of trauma. Chalo. No
Myopia.
checks of trauma. Myopia. On visual examination, you have a past record of his visual acuity.
Myopia में क्यों होगा?
Myopia में क्यों होगा? His visual acuity was before this disease. It was around 14. किसी को ऐनकें लगी हुई हैं? जिसको ऐनकें लगी, he knows that 14 is a very large number. I wear glasses and my number is around 1.7 point or 1. Visual acuity was 14. This is very important.
Okay.
In the context of a rhegmatogenous retinal detachment, a young patient who is a myope, a large myopia, okay? Myopia greater than 8 in some books and greater than 12 in other books is called pathological myopia. Now, pathological myopia is in itself a known another topic. उसमें पूरी discussion है कि क्या होता है, retina के अंदर fundus changes होती हैं. But you have to remember that in myopia, the eyeballs, the light rays, they focus
Behind retina.
The light rays, they focus
In front of the
retina. ठीक है? Hypermetropia में behind कहती हैं. The light rays, they focus in front of the retina. Now, the light rays are focusing in front of the retina. There are two probable causes. Number one, the lens is very strong, so that the light rays are focusing in front of the retina. Or number two,
the
eyeball is very large. It's longer. The axial length is large. So in pathological myopia, the second condition is true, that the eyeballs, they are enlarging rapidly. तो होता ये है कि in pathological myopia, the eyes they enlarge at an alarming rate, at a rapid rate, और retina और सारा कुछ पीछे की तरफ grow कर रहा है. The sclera is moving backwards, the choroid is moving backwards, retina is also moving backwards. लेकिन अब जब eyeball posterior pole is growing, the retina is being stretched. क्योंकि retina cannot grow accordingly. तो जब retina is stretched होता है, so tears start appearing in the retina. And that is why pathological myopia is a very important predisposing factor for rhegmatogenous in young adults. Okay? Keep this thing in mind. Pathological myopia mein the axial length is increasing very much at such a rate that the retina cannot keep up, and the retina it is stretched. It starts to get stretched. And what happens when it is stretched beyond its capacity, its limit? Breaks appear in the retina. And when those breaks appear, fluid can seep from the vitreous inside those breaks in the subretinal space and cause a rhegmatogenous retinal detachment. This is why the age of this patient is very important. Now, coming back to this case, इसमें छोटी-छोटी चीजें मुझे याद आती जाएंगी, मैं आगे पीछे कहता रहूंगा. How will you manage this patient?
Visual acuity.
Visual acuity.
Visual acuity, it's finger counting. FC, finger counting. Fundoscopic examination after a complete ophthalmoscopic examination shows you this. क्या नजर आ रहा है इसमें? So one thing. This is not his left eye, it's his right eye. My bad. So what are we looking at?
Cotton wool spots.
Okay. Now on examination, they are looking as cotton. In this picture, they are looking as cotton wool spots. These are not cotton wool spots. Because the cotton wool spots, they are around the vessels. They usually do not obscure the vessels, and they do not obscure the optic disc. Spots को एक बार हम दोबारा से. These are cotton wool spots. जो vessels के साथ नजर आ रहे हैं इधर आपको. These are cotton wool spots. ठीक है? अभी pictures load होने में time थोड़ा सा लगेगा. These are cotton wool spots. This is not a cotton wool spot. This is obscuring the view of the vessels, obscuring the disc. और ये एक intensity बढ़ रही है जो something around over here. Where is the disc in this picture?
Not visible.
Not visible, लेकिन आपको idea तो है ना कि disc किधर है? कहाँ है?
Vessels have been
Right
blood
eye
storing.
ना.
Now the vessels are sharing. ठीक है? The vessels are coming all over. This is the optic disc, and this is the macula. Now in this case, the vessels, they are obscured a little bit. What we can appreciate is that there is something along this line. Yeah, we have a point mouse there. There is something along here which is attached to the disc, which is attached to this part and attached to this part, and it's obscuring whole of the retina. And in our patient who presents with the complaint of curtain falling before his right eye and photopsia, metamorphopsia, and all those opsias, this is a tractional retinal detachment. This is actually a proliferative membrane which is coming from the retina, between the retina and the vitreous. Retina से vitreous के अंदर ये proliferative membrane grow कर रहा है. It's difficult to appreciate this membrane on a 2D picture क्योंकि हम different views नहीं ले सकते. But if we were to perform a different view of an examination, हम बंदे से कहते हैं कि आप आंखें ऊपर नीचे दाएं बाएं पीछे करें. Instead of all the parts moving equally, this part in front would have not moved at all, और पीछे eyeball सारी move कर रही होती, showing that this thing is in front of the retina, not at the same plane as the retina, but in front of the retina. This is a tractional retinal detachment in which a proliferative membrane is coming and attaching itself inside the vitreous. On fundoscopic examination, you find a tractional RD. How do you say it's a tractional RD? There is a proliferative band, proliferative membrane, proliferation. Is a proliferation. A neovascular proliferation, fibrous proliferation, any proliferation between the vitreous and the retina, vitreoretinal proliferation, which is causing traction and pulling the retina. आगे हम क्या करेंगे इस पेशेंट में? ट्रीटमेंट ठीक है. We do not need to do a B scan, हमें नजर आ रहा है. we do not need an OCT as such, क्योंकि हमें प्रैक्टिस से पता लग रहा है हाउ कंफर्मेशन के लिए हमने OCT किया. ट्रीटमेंट में हम क्या करेंगे अब?
पार्स प्लानर विट्रेक्टमी.
पार्स प्लानर विट्रेक्टमी में पहुंच जाएंगे.
पहले तो इनडायरेक्ट ऑप्थेल्मोस्कोपी करेंगे.
Idea to identify any other breaks, because ट्रैक्शनल रेटिनल अटैचमेंट में देखो, जब रेटिना को खींच रही है कोई चीज आगे से, तो कभी कभी होता है कि देयर इज नो ब्रेक, रेटिना सर्वाइव्स. लेकिन कभी कभी कहते हैं कि आप किसी चीज को खींचें, कागज हो, कपड़ा हो, a tear is bound to appear. तो retinal tractional retinal detachments, they are associated with retinal breaks. Okay, you have to keep in this in mind. तो इस तरह के केसेस में if there is a traction and there is a retinal break as well, so what is this type of retinal detachment?
रिपीट कर दे.
मतलब कि ऐसी रेटिनल डिटैचमेंट जिसमें ट्रैक्शन भी है और ब्रेक भी है, रेटिना में रेटिनल टेयर भी है. What will this type of retinal? It's a mixed type, right? It's a mixed type. It's a rhegmatogenous tractional retinal detachment or a tractional rhegmatoretinal detachment, any combination of words. It's a mixed break, and that happens. So you have to perform an indirect ophthalmoscopy to identify any break, to find any break in the peripheral retina or whole of the retina. फिर आप क्या करेंगे? Pars planar vitrectomy to relieve the traction. फिर आप क्या करेंगे?
इंटरनल tamponade.
Tamponade. You will do a tamponade. You will do a tamponade. What is the purpose of that tamponade? To oppose. To oppose. Usually in cases of pars planar vitrectomy, pars planar vitrectomy में we do not use pneumoretinopexy. क्यों नहीं कहते?
वो ऑलरेडी ट्रैक्शन है, तो हम एयर डालेंगे, ऊपर से प्रेशर होगा तो वो और ज्यादा
नहीं
हो जाएगी.
नहीं, फिर सुपीरियर को ट्रीट
कहते हैं. सेकेंडली गैस एस्केप कर जाती होती है if there are any other holes and as such. तो अभी मैं आपको एक इमेज दिखाऊंगा इसकी पास प्लानर विट्रेक्टमी की. इन पास प्लानर विट्रेक्टमी स्क्लेरा के थ्रू जो है the instruments are inserted inside the vitreous cavity, so they are holes, and if air is introduced, it is bound to leak out through these holes. What we do is that we use oil. SF6 gas का नाम लिखते हैं तो गलती से we use silicone oil in such cases. It's denser, we get metals, and there's less chance of this oil leaking through those holes. Internal tamponade. If there is any retinal break, what do we do?
Laser photocoagulation.
cryo and laser.
Laser. Now cryo is done externally. ठीक है? अब होता ये है कि in a normal person, can you see मतलब peripheral part of the sclera, posterior part of the sclera, is it visible in normal circumstances? No, it's not visible, right? Now we discussed that cryotherapy is done from the outside. बाहर से कहते हैं cryotherapy. जब cryotherapy हम बाहर से कहते हैं और बिल्कुल पीछे की तरफ करनी है, it means that we have to expose that part, and we know that behind the posterior, behind the middle of the sclera, पीछे muscles भी attach होते हैं. ऐसे ही है ना? Extraocular muscles की भी attachment होती है, जहाँ पे हमारी आंखें बाहर नजर आ रही हैं, which we can see the extent of the eyes, we can see normally. Just behind that extent, the extraocular muscles are attached to the sclera. In order to do a cryotherapy, we have to first expose the posterior part of the sclera. We have to make room by muscles को आगे पीछे करना पड़ता है थोड़ा सा, and then we have to apply the probe from the outside. So do you think that in this case that will be feasible, or a simple photocoagulation will be feasible?
Simple
Photocoagulation.
Photocoagulation. ठीक है, तो photocoagulation will be more feasible in this case. Secondly, cryotherapy will be feasible with which modality?
Exudative RD.
No, not the pathology. Which modality of apposition? उसके नाम
Pneumatic?
No. Pneumatic is internal.
Scleral buckle.
Scleral
Outside
buckle.
है.
Scleral buckle outside. Exactly. So in scleral buckle, you are manipulating from the outside, and it's easier to manipulate from when you're doing manipulation from the outside. It's easier to seal the breaks or apply a sterile inflammation from the outside as well. So using in scleral when performing a scleral buckle, we can do a cryotherapy. But when we are doing a tamponade internally, especially with silicone oil, and after we perform a pars laminectomy, a laser photocoagulation is more feasible. And if there's still at the end of the operation, subretinal fluid remains, we have to drain that subretinal fluid. Okay.
We cannot do scleral buckling in
this patient
scenario.
In this scenario, yes, a scleral buckle is not indicated in this patient for a few reasons. Number one, he has fractional retinal detachment. Even if you do the scleral buckle, क्योंकि scleral buckle बाहर से अंदर की तरफ push करता है ना, तो even if you do a scleral buckle, this is a scleral buckle. If you do a scleral buckle from the outside, what will happen is it will push from the outside inwards. लेकिन हो सकता है कि that traction, that membrane which is pulling the retina inwards, it grows. वो बढ़ती जाए. तो एक हाथ होगी कि फिर डिटैचमेंट भी उसके हाथ से बढ़ती जाएगी. पहले इतनी सी डिटैचमेंट है, जब वो मेम्ब्रेन बढ़ गई तो डिटैचमेंट ही बढ़ जाएगी. आपने एक बार अगर स्क्लेरल बकल इधर कर दिया सिर्फ इतना छोटा सा, do you think that you can stop that membrane from proliferating with just a scleral buckle alone? No. Okay, that is why we do not perform a scleral buckle. We have to get rid of that membrane, and along with that, get rid of that membrane, we have to get rid of the factors that are promoting the growth of that membrane, and that proliferation, that fibrovascular membrane, fibrovascular thing that is causing traction on the retina. क्योंकि if you perform a scleral buckle जो बाहर से अंदर की तरफ push कर रही है और अंदर से वो traction बढ़ती जाए membrane के साथ, तो that scleral buckle will become useless.
Okay.
Subretinal fluid को drain करना है if at the end of surgery, and an important thing in case of traction is we have to treat the cause of this traction. If it is diabetes, we have to do all those things which we did in diabetes. We have to control diabetes. We have to do a pan-retinal photocoagulation. We have to give intravitreal injections. If there is a CRVO, we have to treat that CRVO. If there is ROP, we have to manage the ROP. So remember that in addition to managing the retinal detachment, we have to manage the cause as well. Most likely cause आपको prof में भी scenario में मिलेगा, test में भी it will be diabetes. So we have to manage the diabetes. कैसे manage करेंगे? Glycemic control. Glycemic control आपने उसका बेहतर करना पड़ेगा. PRP, क्योंकि if there is a tractional retinal detachment in a patient of diabetes, then the diabetic ऐसी classification क्या होगी? Which grade of diabetes is this?
Proliferative.
No, it's not proliferative.
Advanced stage eye disease.
Advanced diabetic eye disease. So you will do all the treatment which we discussed when we discussed advanced diabetic eye disease. Advanced diabetic eye disease में हमने जो treatment discuss की थी, वो सारी treatment आपने apply किया. Important thing is to remember that okay, when you these are the important principles कि हमने क्या करना है और हमने क्यों करना है. इस order में करना है. पहले tamponade देना है कि retinal break पहले seal करना है. पहले subretinal fluid surgery में drain करना है, because all of these they are happening inside one surgery. Tamponade, retinal break, all of that. ये आपके लेवल पे भी नहीं है और मुझे भी इतनी अच्छी इन चीज़ों में ग्रिप नहीं है. These are things which are not asked in the prof. या कोई आपसे वाइवा में ये नहीं पूछेगा कि why are you performing a tamponade, कि tamponade पहले करेंगे बाद में करेंगे, किस तरह करेंगे, क्या करेंगे. These are all specialty things which are not expected of us. But we have to remember why we do these things. Why we have to do a tamponade. Why we have to seal a retinal break. How we seal that retinal break. We have to remember these. But what is the higher implications, procedures kya hain, kya implicate, contraindications, indications, they are somewhat above our level. We do not need to do those. Okay, just remember the modalities and the purpose of purpose why we use them. Laser photocoagulation में कौन सी laser use करेंगे इधर?
Argon.
Argon, ठीक है? Argon most is used. Argon के अलावा और भी lasers होती हैं, but argon is a simple name. Photocoagulation हम कह रहे हैं ना, it's a coagulative laser, argon. और ablative अगर आपको याद हो तो YAG was an ablative laser. Now one type of retinal detachment remains. It is a simple type, no retinal break, no retinal traction. That is exudative retinal detachment. Now, exudative retinal detachment, it occurs in cases in which there is exudation from the choroid or from the choroid into the subretinal space. Can you give me any causes or any examples of such cases?
Posterior uveitis.
Large posterior uveitis, yes.
Posterior scleritis.
Scleritis, uveitis. Okay, one is inflammations of the posterior uvea, posterior uveitis. और किन चीज केसेस में एक्सीडेशन हो सकती है? ट्यूमर्स, ठीक है, ट्यूमर्स, मेलानोमास, ठीक है, रेटिनोब्लास्टोमा, इन सारों में we can have. These are the two important things you have to remember about exudative. Anything which causes exudation, inflammation, tumor, congenital abnormality, etc. It will appear as a simple or a small retinal detachment, localized accumulation of fluid. In such a case, if you apply minimal pressure using an internal buccal or an external buccal, internal tamponade or external buccal, like in this case, it's a small detachment below over here, but disregarding the break. If you apply minimal from the outside or from the inside, it is bound to resolve. क्योंकि बाकी चीजें हमें करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So briefly, this is the scleral buccal. The buccal is inserted externally. Medial rectus के beneath इसे insert करते हैं और external tamponade apply करते हैं. Now pneumoretinopexy, the image is a little blurry, but if there's a superior detachment, in this case, what happens is that if we inject air, air is bound to rise, and when it rises, it pushes this detachment back towards the normal retina. Is the outside image of a 3-port pars plana vitrectomy. You can see how many holes there are, 3 ports. One is used for irrigation aspiration, one is used for light, and the other is used for the instrument, the vitrector, which is used to cut or chop the vitreous. So you can see that there are so many holes in this case. और pneumoretinopexy में हम air अगर insert करते हैं तो air is